Hi, everybody. Welcome to Misunderstood. I hope you've been enjoying the questions we've been having all through the few weeks. We've been talking about different things, and I hope that if not one, all of them have spoken to you in one way or another. If you're new here, welcome to Misunderstood. The agenda of this platform is simple. It's just to give understanding to the happenings and events in life with the sole agenda of making you not feel like you're traveling through life alone. I hate when life is done alone because it feels like everything is new and hard and difficult. And it's not true. I think what we hope to do here is make you feel like you know better so that you can do better. So welcome to Misunderstood. Today's episode is one of my favorite. I speak about this loudly, proudly. I've lived it, I've felt it, I have been encouraged by it, I have been discouraged by it. I have many emotions around this matter. But today's conversation is about community building. Who is in your community? Who do you have around you? This conversation is important because I've come to realize that we talk about peace. We'll be talking about peace through different conversations, through the eyes of purpose, through the eyes of silence, through the eyes of we talked about it in many lights. But then the one thing that I've also come to learn that takes away our inner peace is actually the people around us. And it's interesting because I think as we get older, we realize that people have a very powerful role in our lives. And if given the chance, they can take away your role in your own life. And I think it's just to encourage you to watch that video. I think we did a video on owning your life, but I want to let you know that even in community building, you have the choice of who to be in your community and how to relate well. So many people who are older, I think we've had different conversations over time on Misunderstood about friendships, how to end bad friendships, how to make friends. But I want to make an intentional call on how to build a community. Now, a community is literally, I think it transcends friendship because it's not just social, it's impact oriented. And so this community that you're building does different things. I wrote down some points here and I think I'd like to share them with you. The first thing is that in any community, there must be a dual-sided pursuit of each other. It cannot be only one-sided. You must feel the need that you are in a relationship where it's not just about you or it's not about the other party. Both of you matter. And when it's a community as opposed to just a friendship, what happens is what becomes the point of reference for the both of you is that now you are having conversations about what you're up to. I think I found it so beautiful when I sit with my friends now who are really part of my community and they have been able to ask me hard questions and ask, why aren't you doing this? And why are you doing this? And why are you thinking this way? It's a hard thing to do, but because I know their intention is right, I feel very honored and safe to share with them. So it must be dual. Like it can't be that because I think communities are not a coaching session where you're being asked questions only you two can ask. Yeah, so it's a good place of accountability. Another thing is that you should not be scared to be in many communities. I find that a hard one to do because I've come to realize that people feel like if I hang out with this person, I can't hang out with this other person. There's a problem there already. Communities can allow for you to be dynamic in that you can be in many communities, playing different roles in all of them, and that's okay. So I want to encourage you not to feel like you're only bound to one. No. Build communities because all of them offer different things. Some communities are social. Some communities are impact oriented. Some communities are spiritual. Some communities are casual, and it's okay because I think sometimes you have to have friends so you can talk about the most casual of things, like what nail color are we doing next when we go to the salon. That's okay, and it's okay to have those conversations, so don't be afraid to do that. Then the other thing is that you must be intentional about spending time, big word there, in your community. I think there's a problem when people say things like, I've been your friend and we haven't seen each other in 3-4 years. I don't know how I feel about that because in 3-4 years, in 3-4 days, a lot can change in a person's life. How much more 3-4 years? Communities should allow for you to spend time with each other because you should be interested in spending time with a person. So give time. And I think it's only safe to say that if I'm in any friendship or I'm relating with anybody, community is important. Time is important for community because time is sacrificial. It means you may go out of your natural scheduling, your natural time to give people attention. So spend time with people. Another thing you need to do is kill comparison. Now, community is interesting because you can be in a community of very high achievers. More often than not, that's the community we all love to be in. I love to be in this community because it's just like-minded people, dream chasers, go-getters. They're good. But if you're not careful and you're insecure, you'll feel like they're intimidating you. Or if you're not careful, you'll find like that you're comparing with them such that they have become the threshold of success. I want to let you know that if in your community you're feeling inferior or you're feeling unwanted, you're feeling unequal, unmatched, like you don't belong, there's a red flag. Ask yourself whether it's you who has the issue or whether it's your friends who do. Nonetheless, whatever the outcome will be, you must be careful because friendships can easily become competitive grounds because you begin to start to feel like I'm fighting for this person's success. And I don't think that's how communities should be. I think in your community, you should be able to say this opportunity is not for me and I'm okay with that. Please let me introduce you to somebody else who can do a better job. And that's a great community because it's not about you winning only, all right? Another thing about communities is that there must be vulnerability, not only in hardship, but also in the winning. If I cannot share my wins in my community, that is not a vulnerable circle, and I called it. Because what happens is that you're so scared to share how well you're doing and you're obsessed with only saying how hard life is. That's a problem. I'm vulnerable and I share and I tell someone, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've been given this to do. I can't believe I've been invited to this place. That's a vulnerable moment because I'm sharing with you a moment of joy for me. So be okay with doing that. Finally, is to tell you, communities must be goal-oriented. I think what the danger in a community is that when we don't know why we gather, then we begin to gather in vain and uselessly. So let's meet for a reason, and I think even when you say it's a social or casual thing, it's okay. Let's go do our nails, let's go catch up on life. That's still a reason. So be sure to define these communities. Finally, truly finally, it's to tell you communities have boundaries. Just because we are like-minded, like-passioned, like-driven, it doesn't mean that boundaries cannot be crossed. You must know that at this point a line has been crossed. And I think I preach this gospel loudly. I think it's another misunderstood video. I'll share the link down here. Is that if you cannot communicate your boundaries, don't communicate them when they've already been crossed. Because now we are fighting. So hatusaidiani at this point, yeah? So please be sure to make sure that you communicate your boundaries and be good about honoring the other person's boundaries. Communities are great because the right community gives you inner peace. Because when you hear when you feel in the right place with the right people, you feel lighter. You feel lighter because you feel taken care of. You feel seen. You feel loved. You feel heard. So please hear me out. Get the right community. In this year, one of the things you cannot play with is the people you're with, because they can take you or they can take you away. So yeah, have a great week. Please let me know who's in your community. In fact, tag them down here. Let me know who they are. Let's love on them loudly. But above all, tell me some highlights of you being in that community in the comment section. You know I love you. I hope you do. Have a great week. Make it count. Share this video with your community or with a potential community you want to create. Share this with anybody. Share it wide and loud. Subscribe to the platform and have a great week. Build the right community. I'm happy that you're in ours. We love you. Have a great week. Bye.